y'all, and so glad y'all tuning in today. We want to say thank you to our special guest that is here with us today for this topic here. Ryan, want to say your name, or if you want to have a...
Hey y'all.
She was still on the spot today.
Okay, but anyway, she's our special guest today, and thank you all. Please hit like and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. Today's topic is catfish, being catfish, and then blind dates. Blind dates going wrong. So we're going to go first to the catfish. Have you ever been catfish?
Catfish. I think a lot of people already been catfish. Like, this is the day and age. This is the day and age of social media. There's so many people already. Filters, everything from filters to the angles and everything. Like, catfishing is prominent nowadays. Period. So like, I don't care who you are. You've been, if you very active on social media, you've been catfish. And when I say that, I mean like you'll sit there and say, well, no, I ain't never been catfish. Well, yes, you probably have, because there's somebody you done seen, a guy or a girl who looked a specific way on their pictures or on camera or whatever. If you ever came across that person, you saw him in Walmart or you did see him in person, it's them. But then you got to be real to say, like, oh, I thought they was taller, or oh, they looked at bigger on the thing, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, you know, that's still being catfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like I said, it's hard to even say if you've really been catfished, because so many women sit there with them filters on, and they look gorgeous and beautiful. Then you see them out in public, and it's them. You can clearly tell it's them, but they don't still look.
But you know, a lot of women when they're at home wearing makeup, because you see a lot of stars too. When they at home and they don't have on their makeup, a lot of people like, damn, I thought she looked it better than that. They so used to seeing people with the makeup on to when they don't see it with them on, you know, when they don't have it on and people see them, then people be like, oh, she ain't as good looking as I thought she was.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people, like you said, get catfished on that point, because it's a lot of people that you always looking at, a lot of women, you always looking at them with that makeup on because they doing that video or they doing that whatever, or even just somebody you work with. And then you mess around one day and catch them on a day that they don't have that all on. Yeah. Then you like, what the hell happened to such and such? Damn, that person looks sick. You know, like they don't look themselves. Yeah. You know, shit, or they might be on some crack. They on that sugar bullet because they don't look right. It's not that they don't look right. It's just that they don't have on all the makeup and stuff on the way you see it. So yeah, so that's a lot of what catfish. Have you ever been catfished before?
On Facebook, I have.
On Facebook?
Yes.
For real?
So when I see somebody's page and it's something look too perfect, I'm automatically assuming it's catfish anyway.
Yeah.
So
she think everybody on fake page.
Well, hey, you got to be alert like that. You got to be alert like that, because
not even realizing half the people think her page is a fake page.
Yeah, my cousin told me, you be catfish, you don't even look like that. So
really. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you how this. They do. It's a lot of people that get catfished, right? And people, you know, it's really some people out there that get catfished over the online internet. You know, and some people will be sending these people money and all that, you know, because they really think that person is who they are. Because it's a lot of people, and you know, it's around all the time that it's women and men that will start talking to somebody and they think they talking to that specific picture person, and it's not them. Yeah. It's a whole nother person. And then for some reason you ain't even met this person. They be sending them people money, you know, and all that stuff, and they ain't even met the person yet, and that person come to find out that they was using somebody else's picture and they are con artists. You know?
I'm in the wrong profession.
Well,
there are a lot of women out there, mainly women, who got these guys sending them money off of pictures. I wonder if there's some men out there that can do that too.
Yeah, that man can do that. All you gotta do is start a fans only page.
Only fans, you think it's a lot of
yeah, whatever how they call it. Yeah.
You get money.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, these are signs that you are being catfished. Is when a person is rushing the relationship forward without even meeting you. Like they
Oh, you crazy as
online.
hell, anyway.
No,
Yeah.
that's what they do. They'll be online or they'll be on the telephone with you and they be talking some real smooth, sweet game. And then you start liking them, but you haven't never saw them yet.
And they
You know what I'm saying? And right, right.
Excuse why they can't video call you.
That's it. You see
So
what
you
I'm
done been
saying?
through it.
No, that's just what it is.
Stop with that person I told you about up and down. Somebody sent me a picture of the
Ashley.
person that, no, not that person.
Oh.
Sent me a picture
You
of.
ain't supposed to be calling out no name.
It was a fake name.
Well, anyway. Oh, so you want to tell everybody else, if you ever run into this person that named this, nah. Because it could be a person named that person just used their name. So you don't want to taint that person because that wasn't really that person that
You know how
was
many people
doing
in
it.
the universe in this planet named Ashley?
Well, yeah. Well, go ahead.
But they use the fake picture and a fake name. Like it wasn't even a person that picture they stole. It was just
Right.
a whole nother name. But I had somebody send me a picture of the person picture they stole and a picture of their private area that I didn't ask for, but they had it cropped. It wasn't together.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was like, I said that's
Well, how did you realize it was cropped?
because it was right on the side of each other. They had the face, then they had the private area right there instead of
sending the
whole.
whole together. I got you. I got
So
you.
I knew that was fake right there. They had to go delete.
Yeah. And so she just said that's a lot of that signs that you being catfish and that they only want to communicate through text, through letters or telephone calls or something like that. They will never video call you or anything like that in person. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna ask you for money, and they're gonna ask you for all this, and you haven't even seen them face to face yet.
Okay, so I have been through that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I had to think way years back. I have been
Really?
through
Yeah,
that,
they're gonna ask for all that, and you haven't even met them yet. They just thinking that their conversation has pulled you in
Right.
so much to you start just like them just off of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of signs of being catfish. They always, their pictures do look professionally modeled or flawed. And that's one of the signs, because I have seen some people that's like on Facebook and they pictures just look too, you could put your model pictures up there and stuff, but it seems like everything you pull up, everything is professionally done. Like,
yeah, I've been told over the past a few years ago I had to stop doing that.
where everything is
Because
professionally done.
I had nothing but professional pictures.
I mean, that's good,
So,
but you don't even have one.
That's what all my homegirls
You
tell
know?
everybody. They was like, "Nah, you can cut this out. Like, you take some selfies and some some
Yeah,
stuff for you in
just
your
something.
car and stuff like that." I said, "Huh?"
Yeah.
And they was like, "Cause you." I was venting to some of my homegirls, and I'm like, "What? I know I ain't no ugly nigga. Like, what's up with these little hoes? They ain't fucking with you
They
on social media."
do.
She was like,
Look.
"Your shit look fake." She was
Yeah.
like, they were like, "You got some beautiful pictures, friend. Like, you got some bomb and fire pictures." She like, but. You look fake. Like, we don't see nothing that look genuinely like you. Like, you just sitting on your couch. She's like, take some selfies. Take some pictures of your car. Go to the gym or something. Like, show some shit like you out
Just
about
one or two at
Yeah, like
least.
regular looking
Right,
pictures. I said,
right.
oh, okay. I never did none of that. So now I'm doing that more often.
Right. So that is true, because they got, that's one of the signs, you know. And then they'll tell you that they have a job that makes them travel like to Africa or London or something. That's when you saying, hey, how about we meet up? Or hey, let's do a video call. Oh, I can't because my job's sending me. See, they always gonna say something way off somewhere to where you won't ask. Yeah, you can't see them, and then it makes you feel like, oh, that's why they can't do video calls and shit like that. So those are signs that you being catfish. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it is true that they travel all around the world and all that, but you got to pay close attention to that, because those are one of the excuses. So So now blind dates, y'all. Blind dates going wrong. Have you ever been on a blind date went wrong? You did, Ryan?
I believe I have.
You believe you had? What happened?
I still went, but that person was not attractive.
Okay.
And
But did you see, you just didn't know the people who set you up with that person?
it was
Was it a
long
friend? Cause usually they say blind dates are usually set up by a mutual friend that you both know.
I got set up on a blind date before. Man, can I say your name?
Wait a minute. We want to say what her she
I
got.
believe I was on the chat line.
Okay.
I don't think it
And
was
then we'll
social
tell
media.
yours.
And when I saw that person, they came to my grandma, when I was staying with my grandma, they came to my grandma's house, knocked on the door, and he introduced himself to her and asked him who his people was, and they come to find out she knew some of his people.
Right.
But when I saw him, I was just
Yeah.
I still went, we went to the movies, but he turned out to be horrible. Like,
Really?
he was a horrible person.
Will he have a bad attitude or he was
Threatening.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
She
is a
said
bad.
she ran the Ike.
That's a bad. You ran the Ike Turner, huh?
It wasn't a good experience. At all.
Oh, okay. So he was aggressive like that on that first little blind date.
On the first, after we left the movies, he didn't get what he thought he was gonna get. So,
Okay, you looking for some nookie?
yes.
Okay.
And he got a little aggressive, but
What?
when I went home, he took me home. The plan was not to talk no more. Then I was getting text messages about he gonna shoot my grandma's house up.
Oh
do this and do that.
Lord,
So,
you had got involved with one of them old some off the wall abusers and stuff. Wow. Okay, how about your blind date?
What that was? Can I say the names?
I don't know. I just don't like messing
Lord.
with nobody.
Okay, all right. I ain't
Because
gonna
see,
say no
that
names.
person
Okay.
can say that's defamation of
To
character,
my character. Okay, all right.
if they can't find a date
Well,
nowhere
you know
else.
who I'm talking about. She
You
know
know,
who I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
that's fine.
So
Shit, we
okay,
can
so he hooked me up with the girl he was talking to at the time. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He hooked me up with her homegirl,
Mm-hmm.
and I sent him a picture to send to her, and she sent his girl a picture of her to send to me.
Right.
So, but she gave it to him to send to me.
Okay.
And so we got like 2-3 pictures of each other. It was like, okay, So I really don't know if this chick looks like this, but then we go ahead and we meet,
Right.
and I can, like I said, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I can see it was her, because it still was a blind date. It was her, but she just still didn't look. She was a lot more
like
shorter
she
and
was,
petite.
right, okay.
And I was like, well, I didn't really trip. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna put it out there. Let it for her.
Mm-hmm.
For her.
Come on now, cause it's hot shit. I'm about to go tell y'all. We got lights everywhere, to do the
Okay.
little old light your
Well,
friction.
for her, it was the blind date from hell.
Oh.
She wasn't like me is off the rip. Like, yeah, okay, she didn't mind. But then I guess I'm gonna be real. She said I was talking a lot. She said this is what she told her homegirl that
Right.
her homegirl told to him, my boy told me.
She said you.
I was talking
too
too much. I'm talking about psychology.
he was weird.
I
Really?
pulled out my little thing. We sat in the car. I was doing
Okay,
these
so
little
did
tests
you
and
do
shit.
all that though?
Yeah.
Okay, well shit. You didn't give her a chance to talk about
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah. We started off with her, and she wanted to know about me.
But because you was kind of talking about psychology and all that stuff, she probably felt that was boring.
I think I wasn't what she was used to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
She probably wanted you to be kind of
she-
act like you didn't have. She wanted her a real down, like
now I'm gonna tell you right now, like my opinion, she was looking for her homegirl who she had.
Oh, okay.
My homeboy. She wanted somebody like that.
And you not like
Because
that.
he kept it real with me and told me at the end of the day, he said he already knew that because he felt like she would be flirting with him a lot.
Oh,
You know
so
what I'm
she
saying? So she
wanted.
wanted
So
something like
she
him.
was hoping
And
that
she was
he set her
She
up with one of
him-
his friends
She
that's
asked,
just
no,
like
no,
him.
she asked him.
Yeah.
She said, you got some homeboy.
Yeah,
And
because
he
she
was like,
was
yeah.
thinking that he was gonna introduce her to a homeboy that's just like him,
Right,
and that wasn't the case.
right.
Right.
At the end of the day, like
But
that.
she was younger too, so
Wow.
His girl was younger. They wasn't number like I think they was the same age or maybe a year apart.
Boy, right,
Yeah, but
right.
So-
that could have a lot to do with.
And
why she
and
thought.
and the weird thing is that's kind of funny that you said that is because when some women they'll go on dates and stuff, and when that man is talking about psychology and he's talking about kind of like the real book world and he's spitting out book knowledge and all that stuff, a lot of women is like, I thought that was a bad roughneck. Okay, he can be, but this is not the time to be like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, if somebody mess with me or something like that, the roughneck will come out. But with the lady, hey, I'm an educational guy, you know? And a lot of women feel like that's boring. And so we got to come out of that too, ladies. A lot of us have to come out of that because that's kind of weird,
man,
you know? Because now it'd be some women that if you would have started kicking the educational knowledge and then listening to her and all that, they would have loved it. You know, so she was just the type of person who just wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, now I haven't been on no blind date go wrong, except for that date that I told all my viewers and you about a while back. You know, that I left that man in the movies. You know, but that's the only thing that I had. You know, and that really wasn't a blind date. I had knew him. He just was pushing like what Ryan said. Thought he was gonna get some nookie. Yeah. And then that wasn't finna happen.
Oh, you melting too?
But anyway,
No,
things that would go wrong on a blind date, y'all, they say is when a man or a woman on a blind date that start texting and all that stuff to other women or other men. You know, like they on the date with you but texting other people. They said that goes wrong. These are things that can go wrong on a blind date. It's also what Ryan said is that person don't look the way you expected them to look. You know what I'm saying? Or they, you know, their personality is not what you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? The way somebody but anyway, and then they say when a male pretend to forget his wallet when y'all out. And then the man will pretend he forgot his wallet.
What if he really forgot his wallet?
Well, what if he really forgot his wallet? Well, then he gonna be busting dishes because I'm sneaking up out of there. He gonna be washing them folk dishes because you can forget your wallet if you want to. We done sat down there and ate, and then you talking about you forgot your wallet. I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I'm gonna find a way out of there without you seeing me. Because you going to wash them dishes by your damn self. It ain't my fault you left your damn wallet. You ain't finna play me. Now, after we done went on about 2-3 dates, and you done paid for those, and then that 4th date you said you forgot your wallet, oh, no problem. But you not finna goddamn sit with me on the 1st date talking about you done forgot your wallet, and you probably done ordered higher than me. He probably done ordered him a $150 meal, and then tell me they forgot their wallet. And I ain't
if he forgot his wallet, would you still pay for it?
I probably would.
You'll pay for it. Okay,
right.
So then you got two different opinions. I ain't paying for shit. I ain't paying for nothing.
But I wouldn't go out no more.
I ain't paying for nothing because you shouldn't have bought me out. You supposed to check all that. A man supposed to check all that before he leave. Especially, we talking about a blind date. This is something that a man is preparing for. You know what I'm saying? So he's supposed to have been checking his back pockets and making sure that he on gear anyway. You know, if he ain't checking all that before he left, I feel like he was trying to swindle me.
Right.
I would feel like that too, but I would pay, and then after that, we couldn't talk no more. Like, he did it just be over.
I might pay for my meal. Now, I ain't going to say I run clean out, but what I would do is I won't pay for my meal in front of that person. You know, I'd have to say, I would go around. I say I have to go to the restroom and I go somewhere else. And then I pay them. And then I walk clean up out of there and they won't even know. And they be looking around. You forgot your wallet you want to. You better call one of your homeboys. Come save your day. Because I ain't finna do it. But anyway, the next thing when a date goes wrong, y'all, is he or she claims to have fallen in love with you within just a couple of hours. You know how you go on a blind date and you sit there. I can't say you know how you go on a blind date, but this is just what they say. One of the main things that a blind date go wrong is when you could just sit down and first meet that person on that blind date, and then within an hour y'all sitting there, all of a sudden they talk about, ooh, I'm in love with you, or ooh, oh Lord,
that's easy though. That's easy.
That's blind date going wrong.
That's mostly dudes to the women too. I don't know too many women. Even if the women just head over here with the dude, they ain't finna really say that just a few hours. But dudes, that's because she exceeded his expectations.
Well, that's,
you know what I'm saying. And he probably already knew how she looked and everything. You still get there. It's like she looked fine in person. And then like, I've never done that nonsense, but I'm just saying I've heard of it. Yeah.
Well, the next one is y'all, is that he or she have a terrible personality and a bad communication skills, and she just said that too about the guy that she was.
The serial killer.
Yeah,
and that's dangerous. That's so dangerous to even not know somebody. Sometimes you might, get lucky, but it ain't a good experience all the time because you can run across somebody that's really like that. Like,
right.
That ain't scared to hurt you.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? And they say that next one is when you on that blind date and that person is mean, rude, disrespectful, all that stuff. They controlling. They got a bad attitude. They say that ruins a blind date. And that ruins any date, really. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's blind or not blind date, but it does. And then the next one is that'll ruin a blind date is when they steal from you. They'll steal your cell phone, they'll steal your credit card, they'll steal all that. And you know what?
That was a sticker.
No, I know now this I know about one chick. She told me she went on a blind date and they was eating and she went to the restroom, came back, and her credit card was missing. It's like, you know how you put the credit card in the tray to pay, but she said a blind date they had agreed, you pay for yours, I pay for mine. And she said she put that credit card in the little tray thing, and then she went to the restroom, she came back, and the credit card was not there, right? And she was asking him. He said he didn't know. She asked the waitress. The waitress said, "Oh no, ma'am, I haven't even got your check I hadn't even got it to pay for it yet." And it wasn't nobody there but them, so she knew that person had stole that credit card. And what she did was went on ahead and called to cancel it, But the point is, she said right to this day, he took it. He took it. But anyway, they look different from their pictures, just what y'all said. That'll ruin one. And then their conversation is entirely about them. That will ruin a blind date.
Okay, so maybe that's what the little young chick was talking about.
Well, that's why I asked you before we got to that.
But we did start off with her, though.
Okay.
But see, you 10, 15 minutes of herself, and then she was like, "What about you? I want to know about you." And then I guess maybe I went over there.
Yeah. So that's the way you supposed to do for, like even if you're on a date or a blind date, you ask the lady and men, fellas, gentlemen, when you asking the lady on that blind date, well, hey, what do? However many minutes it takes her to tell what she do, you use that exact same amount to tell what you do. Don't go over, because it makes it seem like you are basically, it's all about you. You see what I'm saying? Or you try to come up with a conversation that you both can engage in with each other. You see what? Because if you start talking about something that they
thinking back,
but listen, y'all, if you started talking to either a female or a male, if y'all are started talking about something that only you know, then it's gonna disinterest that other person. Because if I sit down on a blind date and that person is a mechanic, and they talking about them and mechanic and cars, and then they talking about the alternator, and then they talking about the battery, and then they talking about the plugs and all that. See, I don't know about that. So that conversation gonna become boring to me, because that's all they talking about. So women and men, when you go out on a date, you try to stay in a conversation that will interest the both of you. And if that person took 10 minutes to tell you about themselves, then you should only take 10 minutes to explain about yourself. Then start talking about, what do you like to do? Where do you like to go? Where's your hobby? What is your hobby? Things like that, and that will keep each other engaged. So that's all I got for the knowledge for that right there. But anyway, they said the next one that will ruin a blind date, we almost through, is being underdressed. Being underdressed.
What, a person when they dress tells a lot about you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that same female that I know that said that person took her credit card, y'all. She said when when they supposed to have met in a hotel lobby where they have the bar, drinks, and all that. She said when she walked in, she had on her heels and all that stuff, but he had on like sandals, jeans, and like just a like.
You gotta say no more.
Like she said it was a white designer t-shirt, but it wasn't dressy like she. That place they was at is a very upscale dress place. And when she said when she told him to meet her there, she automatically assumed that he knew that that was a dressy dress place, okay, an upscale place. Because she said she asked him, do you know where that is? And he said, yeah, I know exactly where that is. She said, well, you know the restaurant? And oh, yeah, I know. So being underdressed can kill it, because she said she didn't even want to sit down with him when she walked up and found out that's who it was.
So she looking like $1 million.
She said,
he
yeah.
looking like $20.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. She was looking like $1 million and he was looking like $20. You sure right about that. And she said she really didn't want to sit down then, but she still decided to sit down with him. Then come to find out her credit card came up missing. So that's all I'm saying about that. You know what I'm saying? And so the next one is constantly complaining. So when you're on a blind date that you started complaining about everything, you complaining about the server, you complaining about the waiter, you complaining about the food, you complaining about every damn thing. That would ruin a blind date. And the last one is he or she leave or exit without you knowing.
Now I know somebody that happened to.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said I'd do if you act like you done left your wallet. That's what I said I would do.
Yeah.
I sure would. But what you say, you know somebody that did that?
Yeah.
They did what?
She left him sitting there.
You know, I said I did that, but you ain't talking about me.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. They was out eating. And she was like, they drove to separate cars.
Okay.
She was like, I'll be right there. She had to take a phone call. I was like, all right. She left.
She left him sitting there.
She left.
Wow. And he never did. Well, I know I did the job, but I told that in another video.
Yeah, he tried to call her and stuff like that or whatever. She ain't answered.
Yeah. That's the same thing that what I did.
I asked her, I said, so how you feel about that? She was like,
that would ruin a blind date.
Man.
Yeah, that would ruin a blind date. No, she didn't even care. I didn't either when I did.
He wasn't her. She said he wasn't her type.
Well, y'all, I told y'all the story on the past video why I left somebody without them knowing. I left.
But it wasn't a blind date neither.
But it was mine wasn't no blind date.
It was just their first date.
Right.
And
that was our date. Remember I said that too.
Said the first 30 minutes. She said
it wasn't right.
She read everything about him enough that she just said, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't gonna work.
It's just sometimes, I know there might be some of our viewers and subscribers out there saying, oh, that's wrong to leave somebody at a table or at a restaurant or wherever y'all are out and you don't tell a person.
Because after that bullshit with me, back then, I said, you know what? It ain't taking up but that one last time right there with me, bro. Never again. I ain't never gonna let that happen.
Well, yeah, it's just that, like I said, I know it's somebody out there that's saying, you know, that's wrong to leave somebody like that without even telling them that you leaving. But in some situations that you cannot tell a person that you finna leave. In a situation like if Ryan was saying that guy was very aggressive and he was very rude and had a nasty attitude, right? When you see that, you don't want to trigger that by saying, I'm finna go. Because that's going to trigger that. So you move out and slide out of it very wisely.
You know what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was saying to people that might say it's wrong to leave somebody sitting there. I'm just trying to explain it's in some cases you have no choice but to do it that way. To keep down confusion. Because that's what I did. Like I told y'all the last time, when that man kept on touching and rubbing and doing all that, and he was getting closer and closer to my poo nine. I said, we're not finna do that.
Yeah, she couldn't go.
Yeah, but well, see, I understand, and me, I was almost trapped because the way that person was feeling on me and going closer and closer and closer to my poo nine, and I'm knowing I told the person, and they kept doing like that and doing. See, you only got about 2 of those. And then I got to go because that lets me know it's not going to be too much longer if I mess around and sit in the car with you or I mess around. You're going to do something that.
But you drove your own car, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, even after the movies, if you say, let's sit in my car and just talk. See, you got me trapped. That's how I feel.
Right.
So that's why I wasn't going to let that go any further and I dipped without them knowing because it's just some things you have to do. So, anybody else got anything else to say? But we all brought up some good points there. Well, y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever been on a blind date went wrong, or y'all ever been catfished. If so, and y'all want to tell us, please put it in the comment. I love to see it because I love to laugh and stuff. And y'all know we interact with all our guests and all our viewers and all our subscribers. When y'all put things down, we try to communicate back with y'all. I would love to hear it because y'all know I'm funny and crazy anyway. But anyway, that's all we got for today. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And y'all all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from y'all goals and success. Bye-bye. See y'all later.